Parshas Pinchas. Baruch Hashem, we are good Yidden. We try to do the will of Hashem. We try to do what we're supposed to do. We try to do chesed. We try to be kind to others. Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Is there anything we can do to give ourselves a little booster shot to become even better? In Parshas Pinchas, we might be able to see what we can do to give ourselves a booster shot to become even better. It says at the beginning of Parshas Pinchas, it says at the end of Parshas Bolok, the story about Pinchas. Klal Yisrael was sinning, and they were dying in a plague, and Pinchas, V'yikach Remach B'yodai, he took a spear in his hand, and he killed Pinchas Zimri. Pinchas killed Zimri, the person that was committing this sin. So the Torah in Parshas Pinchas says, V'shem ish Yisrael hamukeh, asher huko es hamidyonis, the name of the person from Israel that was smitten, together with this woman, this Midyanis. And the question is, why is it written in such a passive way, in such a vague way? Why didn't the Torah write V'shem, instead of writing V'shem Ish Yisrael Hamukeh, the name of this person of Israel that was smitten, it should have said the name of the person that Pinchas killed, that Pinchas killed him. Why doesn't it say it clear? After all, great things happened after Pinchas killed this Zimri, the sinner, and he was given the schus to be a Kohen, Pinchas, and V'tayotzar hamagefa, the plague that killed 24,000 people, stopped. When they were all sinning, and when Pinchas put a stop to it, he killed Zimri, it stopped. And he was promoted to be a Kohen. Great things happened because of this act. And he was allowed to kill him. Pinchas was allowed to kill Zimri because Haboyel Aramis Kanoin Poigenboy, somebody who has relations with an Aramaic woman, Kanoim Poigenboy, a zealot, is allowed to kill him. Everything he did was right, permissible according to the Torah, and the Megeva stopped. So why doesn't the Torah write clearly that the name that the person that Pinchas killed was Zimri? Instead of writing the name of the person that was smitten was Zimri, it should say the name of the person that Pinchas killed was Zimri. It's an act to be proud of. The Torah doesn't have to write it in such a vague manner. Comes along the Zohar HaKodesh, and the Zohar HaKodesh says, L'fi shegenaihu lahaskir al Pinchas. It's derogatory. It's a shanda. It's not nice to mention regarding Pinchas after he was in this gadol, the zocha bekahuna, he was elevated to become a kohen because of this act. Now that he's a kohen, l'fi shenera godam al yodai. The Torah didn't want to write about such a holy person like Pinchas. The Torah did not want to write regarding him that a person was killed through him. It's a genai. It's not nice to write about such a great person that he killed somebody. Therefore, it was written in a vague manner. That's what it seems in the Zohar HaKodesh, as brought down in the Sefer Siches Musa from Agoin Reb Chaim Shmulevich Zechat Tzadik Livracha. And the question is, Kavahal Geschrigen, what kind of a gnai would it be that he killed somebody? This killing was like a big mitzvah. Why? Because Habayel Aram is Kanoyim Poigam Boy. And with this act, he turned away the wrath of Hashem. The Heshiv is Chamosi me'al b'nei Yisrael. He hath turned away my wrath, Hashem said. V'leichilisi as b'nei Yisrael. I didn't destroy Klal Yisrael because of this act of Pinchas. Hashem is saying, I didn't destroy Klal Yisrael. He saved the entire Klal Yisrael. So many great things happened because of this one act. So what's the gnai? What's the gnai? What's the derogatory meaning? What's the shame that the Torah does not write that outright that Pinchas killed this person? Comes along Rabbeinu Chaim Shmulevich Zechat Tzadik Livracha, and he says it's brought in the Ur Chaim HaKodesh that when somebody that killing somebody is Meilido Teva Shal Midas Ha'achzorius. If somebody kills somebody, it makes within him a midah, a trait of cruelty. And the Reb Chaim Shmulevich says that now that he has within him cruelty, because the act of killing brings within that person cruelty. So since it brings cruelty within a person, within Pinchas, the Torah does not want to write about Pinchas that he killed Zimri, because killing, even though it's a great mitzvah and it accomplished so many accomplishments, the Magefa stopped, the plague stopped, and the Rebbeinu Shalom did not v'leichilisi as b'nei Yisrael. I didn't destroy Klal Yisrael, and it turned away the wrath of Hashem. So many great things that this act accomplished. Nevertheless, it's Meilid Teva Shal Midas Achzorius. It brings, within the nature of the person that does this, it brings him cruelty. And since it brings him cruelty, it's not kedai. It's not worthwhile to mention clearly that Pinchas killed Zimri, because this act, as great a mitzvah as it was, but brought cruelty within him. It's an act that brings cruelty, and for that reason the Torah didn't mention it. So we see from here clearly the way the external act of killing triggers within a person in the internal, triggers the internal within the person, that he becomes cruel. Externals influence the internal. We see this happening in graphic detail in our own times. The Alta from Slobodka lived not too far, not too many years back, and the Alta from Slobodka was a leader, great tzaddik, great gadol, and he was the leader of a yeshiva, and he started to conduct himself the way it seems that one is supposed to conduct himself. Zroik mora betalmidim, by putting fear into students, and that's the way it seems that the halacha would require to put fear into students in order to inspire them, in order to have hashpah on them. There has to be zroik mora b'talmidim, but he was doing it, and he felt that it was affecting him. He was putting fear in their hearts, and he felt that it was affecting his being. So he stopped. He didn't feel that he was great enough to be able to do it the right way of zroik mora b'talmidim. And that's exactly what's happening here with Pinchas, that since the external act of murder, which was totally justified according to the halacha, and did so many great things, it accomplished so many great things, but it put within him the trait of achzorius, of cruelty. And because of this, the Torah did not want to write it. The Torah just wrote the name of the person that was killed, instead of saying that Pinchas killed, that was killed, was Zimri, because it's Genai, like the Zohar HaKodesh says, it's derogatory to mention regarding Pinchas that he did an act which brought within him cruelty. In light of this, we might be able to see the booster shot that we're looking for. That since we see from here the way the externals influence the internals, a possible way, Baruch Hashem, we're good people, we do good things, and we do chesed, and we do mitzvahs, and ma'asim tovim, and we help each other out, but maybe another, a button to press, which will trigger us to become even better, is to is doing good. Since the externals influence the internals, so we see that a way that might trigger and give us this booster shot that we want to be better and better and better is to keep doing good, and the keep doing good will always influence the external acts of doing good will continuously affect our being good, actually. The Eibishter should help. We should be zeicha to keep doing good. That itself will be a booster shot for us. Amen.